What is up, beautiful people? This is Manipots, and welcome yet again to another one of my videos. So if you've been watching my streams lately, you've been seeing I have been playing Guild Wars 2, and I've been enjoying the hell out of Guild Wars 2. Let me give you some info about Guild Wars 2 and how long I've been playing it. So I've been playing Guild Wars 2 when it launched. I played this game with my wife, and we played tons and tons and tons. We had two separate PCs. We were just boyfriend and girlfriend at that time though, so yeah. But basically, we played until not even when Pathfire came out. We played until the end of the game. We played some end game, and then her computer got kind of wrecked, and I played that game only with her. So it felt weird playing it alone, playing it by myself, so I kind of put it on the side and decided to play a different MMO. Fast forward years later, I'm married, I have a kid now. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna play Guild Wars 2 because I miss it. And wow, the amount of changes they have made to this game is just insane. So this is basically my returning player experience. How could you say something like that? Yeah, I guess returning player experience. Yeah, so basically I'm going to go over how I felt coming back to the game, the changes, all of that crazy stuff. And don't worry, I have some new friends that actually tried out this game, and I'm going to be interviewing them for a new player experience. Also, you know how I love to do new player experience, guys. I love it so much. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this video, guys. There's always something refreshing to me about kind of a action combat MMOs. It just feels really fresh after playing tab target MMOs for such a long time. Playing Star Wars: The Old Republic, Lord of the Rings Online, and other tab target MMOs. Coming back to finally play kind of an action-based one, it feels really refreshing. The combat feels really nice and amazing. So coming back to Guild Wars 2 and actually playing as a warrior, I play as my Char warrior, and just getting back into that combat, it felt really freaking fresh. The combat for Guild Wars 2 still holds today. Really freaking great combat. I just love the way it synergizes so well, and you don't really need that much skills. And the cool thing about this game is when you equip the said weapon already, it already comes with that said skill, so you only have to worry about your other side of skills, which basically could either be skills that attack, it could be skills that buff you up, skills that debuff the enemy. So those are the only skills that you really have to worry about and figure out what you want for a build. So that really alleviates the stress of, oh my god, what should I put for my other skills here? No, you already have your skill set for you with that set weapon, which is really great for me. I really like these type of games that that do that type of stuff. So basically, while playing this game, the graphics still hold up too. That's the one good thing. Because sometimes when you play an old game and you come back to it years later, it's like, damn, these graphics used to be beautiful, now they haven't aged well. Well, with Guild Wars 2, it is still one of the best looking MMORPGs in my opinion. Coming back to this game and just going out into the world and seeing how beautiful it is, getting to a vista, just looking out at the world and seeing how beautiful this game still is, it's just freaking crazy. I've been really enjoying it, and one aspect that I really didn't get into when I was playing Guild Wars 2 is actually being in a guild. So what did I do? Having a humongous Discord with people that actually wanted to play this game, we decided to make our own guild, and the guild is called the Fangs of Fenrir. And it has been amazing doing these freaking guild challenges. Actually let me dive off from the guild challenges real quick and talk about something else here. Opening up our guild hall, and you actually have to go do a mission for it, and we had about like 6 or 7 people. Only 2 people had freaking the gliders because we're basically almost all new players. And how hard it was to get around this area, because this area is meant to be used for gliders, but we were still able to do it. We were able to beat that one last boss to unlock our guild hall. And once we unlock the guild hall, we just see our banners right there, right in front of our faces, and just the sense of accomplishment there. there's one thing that Guild Wars 2 does so well than any other MMORPG, and that is guild functions. Like, I've played many MMORPGs, and I'm all about that guild stuff. I'm all about that, that PvE content when you're just with your guild doing all that stuff. And Guild Wars 2 does it really well. Now we're gonna go ahead and dive back to these guild missions or guild challenges. You have an easy, you have a medium, you have a hard, and they range from PvE, PvP to world versus world, which is basically another game mode that this game has. This game has so much to offer, guys. It's just so insane that if you're going to dive into this game as a new player, there's so much to do that you're just gonna be like, holy crap, this is insane. But you have bounties, you have jump puzzles. We did our first jump puzzle on stream, and let me tell you, that was freaking insane. We only had 6 people on at that moment, and it was enough for that jump puzzle. And it was crazy how we were figuring this out as a group, and we're like, oh, we gotta do this. And once we figured it out and we started to beat these puzzles, like, the hype was just insane. Like, yo, we did this, we figured this out on our own. It was crazy. And just having that sensation of progression, of accomplishment with your guild just makes it so great. So every week you'll get these guild missions, and they'll change. Sometimes you gotta do a bounty, which you have to go out in the world and look for this said person. They'll give you some clues also, and once you find this said person, obviously they're a bounty, you go get them. And it's like, man, this is some cool stuff that I don't know what it is about Guild Wars 2. Obviously it has guild in the name, but it just focuses so well on the guild aspect that it's a game that I can see myself playing for such a long time, because I'm such a community type of guy. I'm such a guild type of guy. I love to do things with my guild. I love to do community events, all that great stuff. And I just wish other guilds will take from what Guild Wars 2 does for its guilds. It would make some of those games amazing. If you take Lord of the Rings, for example, if Lord of the Rings can adapt some things from Guild Wars 2 for the guilds, for their kinship, that would put a cherry on top of the cupcake for for Lord of the Rings Online. So hopefully they do something with that. But that's veering off the topic, and I don't want to get into Lord of the Rings right now because I have a different video for that right now. But there's also more things I want to talk about for this game. I finally started to do a lot of jump puzzles, and let me tell you, jump puzzles are the most insane thing ever. So we did a jump puzzle called Not So Secret. We did the crazy jump puzzle in Lion's Arch, which, let me tell you, the Guild Wars 2 community is so freaking good. There was this one char that I just noticed, that I was noticing every single time when I'm playing the game with my friends. I'm like, this char has been almost at every single spot we're doing quests at. Who is this dang char? And they were playing music. I was like, this char looks dope. But once we get done with our first jump puzzle, we see this char again. I'm like, dude, this char is following us. And then this char was actually watching the stream and was willing to help us on one of the hardest jump puzzles in this game. And it's just so great that sense of community is right there. They see a new player, they see a returning or a new player. We had new players with us at that time also, doing these jump puzzles and needing some guidance, some help on where to go next. And you get this player right here they're willing to take time out of their day to go ahead and help some random player. And just seeing that, it's like, wow, it's so freaking great. And there's other players too that have been helping our guild out. We had so many different players come and join our guild, donate to our guild because they want to see the guild grow. And I'm just like, wow, that's just really great, and a really great sense of community that this game has. And now, like, 2020 was the age of playing playing video games, the great age of video games, because we basically stayed home the entire time. And obviously us gamers are used to staying home all the time and playing video games, so the same thing applies to 2021. So I mean, if you're trying to find a game that you can just sink your hours into and just have so much great fun with the community, I do really highly advise Guild Wars 2, as my returning experience to this game has just been outstanding. This game still holds up to this date, and everything about it is just great, and they just keep on adding more and more new things to this game. There's a new expansion coming out, I think it's called End of Dragons, that you go back to Cantha, which it was a place in Guild Wars 1, which I've played tons of also. So it's good to go back and see areas that are from the previous iterations of this game, and it's just like, wow, we're gonna go back over there, we're gonna see it. It's mind-boggling to me because I want to see how that area is going to look. I want to see how beautiful, how it's going to look like in this kind of game engine, and it just gets me hyped to see the future of Guild Wars 2, to see what's going to come for this game. The next part I want to talk about is gonna be kind of a lengthy video: the mounts and the gliders. Like when I first played Guild Wars, and we talked about that, we wanted mounts, we wanted a different way to traverse the land. They were always quiet, and they were like, you know, we don't know if we want to add that. We have waypoints. You can just travel waypoint to waypoint, which waypoints are areas that you find, that if you find a waypoint in like some, like let's say in the human starting area, and you're all the way in the char area, which is one of the races, you can go ahead and press M, go all the way to that human area, click on that waypoint, and it teleports you all the way over there. So they're like, you don't need mounts, you have waypoints. So when Heart of Thorns came out, they gave us the gliders. I didn't play Heart of Thorns. I didn't play Path of Fire yet. I'm leveling up my Char Warrior to go through all that amazing story. Yes, this game has a great freaking story, and they have these in between expansions stories, which are called Living World Living Stories, I believe. And they give you more info on the game, which I recommend if you're playing this game and you're new and you're going through the expansions. Do the living world or living stories before you go into the other expansion, because they give you more like content for what's going to be happening in the next expansion. And that's what I've been told from these Guild Wars 2 groups that have been so helpful to me, letting me know what is the way I should do this. Like I asked them, is it worth it getting the living story and doing them in between expansions like how they're supposed to do? And they're like, yes, it gives you a big content, a story, a big chunk to know what's going to lead into the next expansion. So you're basically getting more info to know what's going to be going on, and it just builds up more on the story. And the story is freaking great, guys. Definitely play the freaking story. It is so good. It starts off a little slow, but then once you get to level 30 and on, and you choose your not your faction, but you choose which faction to help out, the story just starts to wind up all right there, and it's great. And the cool thing is that this game lets you dye about anything on your clothing. So you could dye your mount, you could dye your glider, you could dye your outfits that you buy from the store, which let me tell you, the store, oh my god, this is the one thing I love about this game. It's buy to play, no sub needed, and the freaking store is not, it's not pay to win at all. It's mostly cosmetics, and this is what makes this game just so great, is that if you have any sub games and you're like, I can't pay for my sub anymore, there goes Guild Wars 2 waiting for you. Buy to play. The cash shop is basically purely cosmetic, and it has so much content that you will not get bored of this game. I'm telling you right now, you will have such a great time. And if you're looking for a community, if you're looking for a guild to play, look no further, because the Fangs of Fenrir is recruiting also, and we're doing guild missions weekly. We're going to be doing our fractals. Once we get up there, we're going to be doing loads of PvE world content. We're going to be jumping into PvP also. This is a community that I want to grow on this game, because I'm starting to love this game, and I want to provide this game with just a great loving community like I did with Lord of the Rings Online. And that's what I plan to do here. I plan to do that in here. So if you're really a big cosmetic kind of guy and you like the end game fashion like me, this game is definitely for you too. There's so much beautiful outfits you get here. There's so much color combinations you can do for your outfits that it's just, everyone will look different. You will not find the same person. I'm telling you right now, everyone looks unique in this game. You'll never find the same person. And that's what I love about this game. I love the community. I love the gameplay. I love the guilds. I love the freaking the way you could dye your outfits and just be unique as your own character. I love the story. And really, I haven't really found anything that I would say that's bad against the game as I've been returning. Maybe once I get to end game, maybe once I get to those higher level things, I could find something that I feel like should be changed. But so far, for me playing as my returning experience, everything has been great. Everything has been amazing. And just let me tell you about something that just makes this game really great. Its leveling sync system has been a blessing to us in our guild. We got someone that's level 80 that still wants to level up and do his stuff. We got someone that's level 50, level 10. We can go to that level 10 area and still get experience, still get stuff that's worthwhile for our higher level characters. That just makes, you can just play with anyone at any level, doesn't matter what, which is really great. Your higher levels can come down to your level, and then you guys can just have fun, play the game, and enjoy it. A lot of games don't have level sync systems that are as good as Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2 does really great leveling sync systems, and I'm so glad they do this, because some new players sometimes just have to play by themselves a lot, because those, you know, those higher level players are like, what am I benefiting from this? What am I getting from this? You know, that's how some high level players are, sadly. But in this game, you benefit from it a lot. You can do a lot of stuff. You can do those events that pop up and get loads of great stuff for your character. So this game is really great for that level sync system. I applaud them for that, because it has helped my guild out loads, because we could go ahead and play with low level characters and still have them feel a part of the community, feel, you know, that they matter. Even though they're level 10, level 15, they still matter, and they can still help us out with our guild. They can still help us do a lot of stuff. Like, there's a guild challenges, they're like level 8, level 10 below, but we get level synced down to that level, and the difficulty is still there, but we can still have our low level members help us out during that time. And with that makes me really happy, because it makes everyone feel like they're included, which is what I want for a community, and which is what I think that Guild Wars 2 just does really great, is that level sync system. And if you're on the fence about Guild Wars 2, definitely get it, try it out, join my Discord, join the guild, and just join the, you know, be ready for the vast amount of fun that awaits you in Tyria, guys. Well, this has been Manapots, and I hope you guys enjoyed this pretty long video, because it had loads to talk about Guild Wars 2. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to like the video, sub to the channel, and comment what you think about Guild Wars 2. What's any memories you have about Guild Wars 2? What are some tips you have for new players or returning players coming back to Guild Wars 2? So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time. Take care.